Very good morning. Welcome to the 12th session on current edge sessions. So what we have done in last class, we have done basics on RBI, different kinds of money. Then we have done a detailed class on payment and settlement system. Now in this class, what we are doing is, mainly we are focusing on money supply. Money supply means it contains almost lot many things. What lot many things? From money multiplier, how money is being functioning in the economy, to how money is being generated, what banks are doing, what central bank is doing, what the main monetary functions of central bank. All these aspects plus some recent development that happened in this sector. All this will covering in this class. Go ahead. This will be more like a conceptual class compared to the last class what we have seen. So let's start with very interesting concept, that is money multiplier effect. What it is? What is it? Give me some fair, what you are thinking, what are your observations on this. If you are watching online, do comment in the comment section. बैंक में मनी रख रहे तो इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है आपको, तो नहीं मनी इंक्रीज हो रहा है, दैट यू आर सेइंग. No, that is nothing to take away with, do or give with money multiplier. Give me any other suggestions. Based on yes, this is more feasible answer. So we have an economy. Suppose this is our economy. What RBI does? So if RBI need to increase the money supply, RBI will come here, then put some money into it. Suppose RBI put 100 rupees. कितना डाला RBI? 100 rupees. So it doesn't mean that money supply increased by 100. Money supply increased by many times. Maybe 1000 increase किया होगा, maybe 2000 increase किया होगा. So this process, like even if you infuse only X percentage of money, the total output or the total money supply will increase by many multiple times. This XYZ dynamics is called money multiplier. ये how कैसे होता है, ये बताओ कैसे होता है?
So he kept that money in the bank. Then bank can use it for its banking activity.
Yes. Somewhere it is correct. Suppose RBI put 100. RBI cannot give directly to the people. Don't bring CBDC here. Don't create problems. RBI given this 100 rupees to bank. What bank does? There will be some reserve. Suppose we start with here. RBI or this guy put 100 rupees in the bank. Then bank has some reserve. Reserve means what? SRR, CLR also. Whatever XYZ bank is getting, X amount of money bank should withhold with them or put it with RBI. Rest of the money only they can lend it for further purposes. So suppose 10 is our reserve limit. So 10 rupees this bank hold, 90 rupees it lend to the next person who is requiring the money. Now what he does, he may be doing some business. Our bank mainly give loan to those people who do the business. Now this person will send this money to salaries of different person, rent of his whatever land he is having, all these factors of income he will distribute the money. So this will go to the households. Now households, what will they? They will spend this and consume the products, and completing the whole cycle this will reach again the bank. All 90 rupees will reach the next bank. Now next bank ko 90 rupees mila as different kind of investment. They will also have to keep 10% reserve. Then 9 rupees will be kept as reserve. Then rest of the 81 rupees will be sent to the loan to the another person. So only 100 rupees is only injected into the system. 100 rupees से 100 रुपये पहले लोन दिया, 90 रुपीज फिर लोन दे रहा है, 81 रुपीज फिर लोन दे रहा है, तो 100 लोन दिया. आप सोचेगा आपके अकाउंट में 100 है, देन 90 रुपीज फिर लोन लिया, इसका अकाउंट में भी 90 लिखा है ना. then 81 loan दे रहे हैं, then इससे जा रहा है. 10 is there, it will go till 10 cycles. Then it will enter, it becomes total 1000 will be total money generated. Now this total is the net increase in the money supply. This 100 is the net money that is injected into the system. Now money multiplier is net कितना create हुआ divided by कितना inject हुआ. Here it is 10. If 10% is the reserve ratio, then what you will get is 1 by reserve ratio is the money multiplier number you are getting. Here money multiplier number will be 10. Now give me what all factors which affect money multiplier. What are different factors which affect money multiplier? If suppose this R is not there, if banks, we are telling that banks don't keep any reserves, then what will happen? With happen with money multiplier, it will ideally become infinite. ये कभी रिजर्व ने नहीं करना है. 100 इधर आएगा, 100 इधर जाएगा, 100 इधर आएगा, ये प्रोसेस इन्फिनिटी तक खत्म हो जाएगा. Now what is issues with this system? Higher money multiplier is always good. We feel that money multiplier अच्छा हो रहा है, सही है, जा रहा है. Then हम infinite क्यों नहीं रखता, हम ये reserves क्यों रखता है?
Everybody wants money at the same time. Government bank may not having sufficient money at point of time.
Bank run, you are saying. Any other aspects you can think of?
The government does not will have money for building infrastructure.
Inflation. First, when economics started, what is this idea of economics? How it started? Who is the father of economics, you know? Adam Smith. What was the ideas propounded by Adam Smith? Everything is market world will adjust itself and balances itself. What does that mean? Government has no role in the market. Government should not come there and control the market. This was a system in late 1980s. Then when this collapsed, when this whole idea collapsed, during the 1930s, Great Depression happened. 35, Great Depression. Like thousands of banks even collapsed in India. So you can see the gravity of things that happened in whole Adam Smith open market system. Economic ideologies collapsed during that time. Then came the rise of Keynesian economics. All the economic, most of the economic system we see today is somewhere or other related to Keynesian economics. And what does the Keynesian economics says? Government should play a role to regulate the cheese. Otherwise, things will go out of the control and we will have catastrophic incidents like Great Depression of 1930s. Government should play a definitive role. And how should then started coming this? How should government play a role? That then started having some reserves. Why we are having these reserves? For controlling the money supply. I already told inflation, monetary supply, everything is controlled by controlling money supply. Now with controlling the reserves, you can control the money multiplier effect. That means even you are not touching this RBI economy में कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा है, but फिर भी money कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं डाल रहा है, कुछ ले नहीं रहा है, but फिर भी RBI just control this reserve ratio, they can increase or decrease the money supply. समझ रहा है? Circulation money को touch नहीं करना, touch नहीं करने का ज़रूरत है नहीं है, but they can even influence the money supply just by XYZ regulating the reserve ratios. Main objective is having a government control to have some control over these cash reserves or this money supply market. That is the whole purpose of having XYZ reserves. Now this reserves has taken different forms. That is CRR in most countries we will see. What are the other factors that affects money multiplier? Now suppose we are assuming that 90 रुपीज इसको दिया, he done to households will consume, then घूम के 90 रुपीज वापस आ गया. We are assuming this. Suppose ये बीच में किसी ऐसे आदमी का पास गया, कैसे आदमी का पास, हाँ, he is not having any bank account, ये क्या करेगा, छुपा के रखेगा गद्दे के नीचे या ऐसे कुछ जगह. देन क्या होगा, होल वो सिस्टम वापस में नहीं आएगा, वो बाकी लेंडिंग साइकिल में वो मनी नहीं होगा, तो बीच में से कुछ वेस्ट हो जाएगा या साइकिल में से हट जाएगा. सो ड्यू टू दिस इफेक्ट also the money multiplier will decrease. Now you can think too much on this, there is no end to this which all factors will affect the money supply, but answer this question first. It's a PYQ question. Which year it was? 2000, I don't remember. Answer this question. Money multiplier in an economy increases with which one of the following? So हमको money multiplier को increase करना है. Increase in cash reserve ratio means you have to keep more money. हम 10% लिया था, 50% रख रहे तो number of cycles reduce हो जाएगा, multiplier will not increase, multiplier will decrease. Increase in SLR means same effect. Theoretically SLR and CLR are doing, at least for in this perspective, doing the same thing. So here also money XYZ will decrease, money multiplier will decrease. Increasing banking habit of the people. So वो आदमी था वो छुपा के रखता था, वो आदमी इधर नहीं है, सबको बैंक अकाउंट है, जनधन है, सबको वो है, तो वो आदमी इसको हटाया, तो all this money are coming back into the bank, so this will increase the money supply. Increase in population, इससे क्या मतलब है, इससे मनी सप्लाई बढ़ गया तो इंडिया बहुत हाई में पहुंचा था, so पॉपुलेशन हमारा तो बढ़ के ही जा रहा है 1950 से, इसका ज़्यादा कुछ अब कंक्लूसिवली नहीं बोल सकता मनी सप्लाई इधर जाएगा उधर जाएगा, but these three are very conclusive, so answer here is C itself. So basic features से क्या रिलेशन है ये क्लियर होना चाहिए, बाकी स्पेसिफिकली आप रिसर्च करने जाए, मनी सप्लाई इज डिपेंडिंग ऑन एवरीथिंग, मनी मल्टीप्लायर इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन एवरीथिंग, यू कैन ओवरथिंक एंड वेस्ट वन फुल डे ऑन दिस, डोंट डू दैट. बेसिक फीचर्स को कैसे डिफाइन करता है, डिफाइन या बेसिक एलिमेंट्स से कैसे रिलेटेड है वो सीखो. थैंक यू. इट्स वर्किंग, या गुड. सो मनी मल्टीप्लायर है क्या हम देख लिया. नाउ इससे रिलेटेड है दिस कंसेप्ट ऑफ M1, M2, M3 एंड M4. क्या है एग्जैक्टली टू मच इन द डिटेल्स में नहीं जा रहा है, इफ यू वांट यू कैन रीड दिस. M1 is that money which we say we are injecting into the system, RBI inject into the system. MI में क्या है, circulate currency notes, currency in circulation है, then demand deposits of commercial banks है. Now M3 is our, इंडिया में टोटल मनी सप्लाई कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है, M3 से कैलकुलेट होता है. दिस इज इंडिया मनी सप्लाई कैलकुलेशन. नाउ M3 में क्या है, M1 प्लस नेट टाइम डिपॉजिट्स विद द बैंक्स, करेंसी नोट्स और कॉइन से डिमांड डिपॉजिट है, टर्म डिपॉजिट, सब डिपॉजिट बैंक में कितना डिपॉजिट आ गया ये सब मिला के हमको मिलेगा M3. नाउ M3 by M1 we will get money multiplier. Okay, M3 by M1. M4 is much broader money, but we are not, India में M3 is considered as the क्या है, money supply coefficient. That's why saying India में M3 is considered as money supply coefficient or money supply variable we are taking. RBI website, you go check the money supply. This is a money supply in India. They are mentioning it as M3 is being referred to as money supply. So we are taking M3 as by M1 as the money multiplier limit. Numerical नहीं आएगा, ज़्यादा मत सोचना, अभी कितना सीखा है, that is the base of all this. Now 1 by reserve ratio, we already discussed this. Now US has a money multiplier of 3, India has money multiplier of 5.1. This has been increasing over the years. In 1960s it was 2, 1990s it became 3 point something. Now it becomes 5.8 or 5.5 something. European zone is having much higher XYZ. Go ahead. Too much of money supply. Now tell me what is monetary policy. We already discussed this, right? What is monetary policy? Some quantitative tools use करके you will try to attain the control the money supply and try to attain what macroeconomic fundamentals. इंडिया में ये macroeconomic fundamentals क्या है? Inflation और price stability and growth. ये दोनों क्यों select किया? We discussed in the last class because these are opposing. If you have higher inflation, you are supposed to get higher growth. If you too much control inflation, if you keep only inflation, problem क्या आएगा? You will over constrain the inflation, then that will lead to stagnation and lesser growth. Now if only growth रखा तो क्या होगा? Money supply बढ़ के increase करके जाओ, then आपको growth ज़्यादा मिलेगा. But problem is inflation will also come into the picture. Like Apple का story बोला. तो if you only look at growth, growth तो हो रहा है, but कितना products बढ़ रहा है उसका corresponding only money बढ़ना है. उसका ज़्यादा मनी आप सिस्टम में डाल के जग गया then inflation will come and it will affect the macroeconomic stability. That's why we are India में objective inflation considering the growth, that is the managing inflation considering the growth, that is the objective of monetary policy. Go ahead. Fiscal policy क्या है? Just to an understanding basic that we are asking. बताओ. yes. Monetary policy में सेंट्रल बैंक करता है मनी सप्लाई कंट्रोल करके मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक प्रूडेंशियल्स आपको मेंटेन करना है. फिजिकल सप्लाई इज नथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस फॉर फिजिकल पॉलिसी. फिजिकल पॉलिसी ओनली मींस गवर्नमेंट टैक्स डिसाइड करता है, इतना टैक्स रखता है, देन वो टैक्स कलेक्ट करता है, देन कितना वो टैक्स कैसे खर्चा करना है ये डिसाइड करता है. दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड फिजिकल पॉलिसी. गवर्नमेंट का एक्सपेंडिचर गेम इज फिजिकल, while money supply and central bank will come into picture in monetary policy. All these differences you can have a look here. I'm not going too much into this. Go ahead. Now this is the change which I have already discussed too much of times. Like we need inflation plus growth, and after 2016 we have given a specific target to the RBI. What is the specific target? That is 4% plus or minus 2%. Minimum 2% you can go and maximum 6% you can go. If the inflation is outside this for 2 quarters, then RBI has to give XYZ explanation and what measures want to be taken to bring the inflation within the limits. All this will have to be done. And this target is constant or variable? Not constant. It is set for 5 years. In 2000 it was set for till 2021. Then in 2021 government again extended it till 2026. Okay. Now who decides this? That is decided by Monetary Policy Committee. Monetary Policy Committee में कौन है? I think we have target is decided by Government of India. How to achieve this target is the function of Central Bank Monetary Policy Committee. Monetary Policy Committee में 6 लोग हैं. 6 लोग से एक कौन है? RBI गवर्नर हो गया. He is the chairperson of this XYZ committee. Second, 2 people are from where it went? Yeah, one person is RBI governor. He is the ex officio chairperson of the XYZ committee. Now who are the 2 other members? They are RBI deputy governors who are associated with these functions, monetary policy functions, and a central board member will be, deputy governors of RBI will be 2 other members in monetary policy committee. 3 others are, these are independent members. Person of the economic knowledge, professors will be there. These are independent members. These people, how they are selected? These people are appointed by Government of India. These 6 people constitute our Monetary Policy Committee. And for how many years, what is the term of these members? They are ex officio members. Till what time he is RBI governor, he is ex officio member of this. When he is not RBI governor, he will be out of this. These 4 members have a term of maximum 4 years or until the XYZ government order says. Some orders say 2 years, some order 3 years. So government order can specifically Specify the term of these members. Otherwise, it is 4 years. Now, what is other conditions? MPC should meet at least 4 times a year. It is only at least. Nowadays, you can see every 2 months they were meeting in the pandemic times, during after pandemic, post pandemic times and all. And minimum quorum is 4 members. Quorum is important because voting, every decision is taken by voting. And in voting also, every member should state, this is my, like repo rate should increase because of this reason. Repo rate, other members should, if it is not voting against it, repo rate should decrease because these are the reasons. All these reasons will be published after 14 days of this XYZ meeting. Okay. Now, what are the different instruments? Here, just look at at least the name of the instruments. We will have individual comparison in the later part of this lecture. So, what is repo rate? What is repo rate? Give me first. RBI lends to bank. Will they take collateral? By taking collateral as government securities as collateral. It is a short term. Overnight or fortnight it can happen. 14 days or overnight, 1 day also it can happen. Short term loans, repo rate it is. Now, what is SDF? What is SDF? It is recently introduced. What is the purpose of this? What is reverse repo? If there is excess liquidity with the banking system, then what banks will do? उसके पास कितना भी पैसा है वो आरबीआई को दे देगा. Then RBI has to give back what? Collateral as government securities as collateral back to the bank. Then there will be agreement later date में repurchase करेगा. That is reverse repo and reverse repo. So if excess liquidity is with the bank, bank will park the money with RBI. Now then RBI has to give collateral. Now what if RBI doesn't have that much of collateral? During pandemic it happens. During pandemic government was reducing interest rate like nothing. So क्या हो गया? बैंक का system, बैंक में बहुत liquidity है because bank was not able to distribute the money to the public. Nobody is taking the loan, nobody is starting the businesses. So bank liquidity was too high. And RBI को इतना collateral नहीं था, RBI को इतना collateral देना नहीं है. तो what RBI does? We will come up with something else. इसके this is reverse repo itself, but without collaterals. What is SDF? Reverse repo without collaterals. Now what is MSF? Marginal standing. Not beyond SLR. Here repo rate, reverse repo rate, you understand. What is SLR? 18% is the current SLR rate. So 18% of net deposits you have to keep in liquid assets. Liquid assets में क्या सब आएगा? Gold आएगा, currency, cash आएगा, government securities आएगा, ये सब आएगा. State development loans ये सब आएगा. So if you want more money from the RBI, repo rate से आप कितना भी आपका government securities है ये सब collateral देके पैसा ले लिया RBI से. If bank need more money, collateral नहीं है देने के लिए, then bank क्या करेगा? There is some collateral here as government securities with part of SLR. Now ये SLR में क्या है? ये pledge करके RBI से पैसा ले लेगा. समझ लिया? Which is SLR government securities which are part of SLR quota, they pledge with this RBI and take the money from RBI. So MSF will be greater than repo rate. Repo rate plus some higher percent will have to be given as because the SLR quota is being deposited in the as collateral. Now liquidity adjustment facility, all these XYZ examples are one way or the other doing to do this liquidity adjustment itself. But this is very important. Liquidity adjustment corridor or LF facility corridor, LF corridor. What is it?
standing deposit.
Yes. Earlier it was MSF and reverse repo rate. Now what happened is, after introducing standing deposit facility, it became MSF and standing deposit facility. Now SDF and reverse repo, if you look at this, they are doing exactly same thing. They are doing exactly same thing. Excess liquidity बैंक से absorb करना है. Now here बैंक को collateral मिलेगा, इधर collateral नहीं मिलेगा. Now if something like this is there, if you are giving two same options to the banks, ये दोनों एक साथ काम नहीं कर सकता. If you are giving two options to the bank, two exactly same है. Exactly आपको क्या चाहिए वो दे देगा. Government what banks will do, इसका benefit किधर है, सब उधर डालेगा, इधर कोई नहीं डालेगा. तो आरबीआई क्या किया इसको एडजस्ट करने के लिए, पहले रिवर्स रिपो वाज अवेलेबल फॉर एवरी बैंक्स फॉर एनी अमाउंट. अभी दिस इज ओनली डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी फंक्शन ऑफ और डिस्क्रिशनरी फंक्शन ऑफ आरबीआई. नाउ रिवर्स रिपो व्हेन आरबीआई अलाउज बैंक्स कैन अवेल दिस, बट आरबीआई नहीं अलाउज मींस बैंक्स विल अवेल only avail SDF facility is the available option with banks. So this is being promoted as major policy tool than reverse repo. Now फिर भी आपको बैंक को SDF नहीं चाहिए, reverse repo ही जाना है. There is one more other alternative, that is, बताओ, variable reverse repo. Variable reverse repo में कितना था उसका रेट थोड़ा ज्यादा करके दे देगा. So ये this is also discretionary function of RBI. ये भी उसका रेट इंक्रीज करेगा, उसका लिमिट रखेगा, उसका लिमिट के ऊपर आप नहीं कर सकता. इसका लिमिट के ऊपर आपको लिक्विडिटी आरबीआई के पास रखना है. इफ बैंक्स हैज टू कीप लिक्विडिटी विद आरबीआई, then they have to go with SDF. So SDF is now decided as the floor rate of the policy. That's why liquidity corridor is, LAF corridor is MSF minus SDF. This is the new LAF corridor that is being, previously this was reverse repo rate.
Does SDF comes with repurchase obligation? With RBI?
SDI comes with
SDF.
this one. Everything has obligation, repurchase obligations. Go ahead. Not spending too much here. What is bank rate? Main liquidity management tool. This is like different kind of auctions, different term of auctions, fine tuning operations, some minute changes. Not very important. Reverse repo we already discussed.
The bank rate is the minimum rate which it gives loan.
Bank rate, Reserve Bank is ready to buy discounted bills, exchange of commercial papers. Suppose we have seen this excess liquidity in the bank. If bank want to take the money, this bank rate में money लेता है RBI से. Then bank rate is something that can be done without collaterals also. With collateral means it comes under repo reverse repo agreement. If it is done without collaterals, that is being done under bank rate. You don't need to invest too much time on this also. Why? Now bank rate is not, government is not interested in bank rate. That is also being discouraged. Instead of bank rate, what it is? Bank rate now is kept as same as MSF. Government is promoting MSF as the key policy deciding tool. What other things you have to discuss? Cash, CRR, SLR, this we will discuss in detail. Open market operations, and this also we will discuss. One thing I need to clarify here. Here everything we are discussing, SLR, CRR, reverse repo, all these operations में क्या हो रहा है? बैंक आरबीआई को पैसा दे रहा है या आरबीआई बैंक को पैसा दे रहा है, कोलैटरल ले रहा है, कोलैटरल नहीं ले रहा है, यही गेम है. What is difference between open market operations and whatever we are seeing right now? What is almost? Almost क्या है? तो है ये वही डिस्कस कर रहा है. Monetary policy, everything is monetary policy tools we are discussing right now. एग्जैक्टली ओएमओएस क्या करता क्या है?
मनी की सप्लाई कंट्रोल करता है।
तो you are engineering student, that's you're getting this kind of answers. Now go ahead, what is OMS? गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज डायरेक्ट मार्केट में सेल कर रहे हैं. Till now what we were talking about, liquidity with the bank, और बैंक के पास लिक्विडिटी नहीं है, नहीं है तो आरबीआई से पैसे लेके जाएगा रिपो रेट पे या एमएसएफ पे. अगर बैंक के पास एक्सेस लिक्विडिटी है तो एसडीएफ से पैसा वापस रखेगा आरबीआई के पास. ऑल दिस वी आर ट्रिकी. लिक्विडिटी ऑफ किसका बात कर रहे हैं? लिक्विडिटी ऑफ बैंकिंग सिस्टम. ना ये बैंकिंग सिस्टम का हटाओ, मार्केट में आओ. हम पहले ड्रॉ किया था ना, मार्केट में इतना रुपये दिया, वो मार्केट में लिक्विडिटी नहीं है या लिक्विडिटी कम है, इंक्रीज करना है. उसमें आरबीआई को 100 रुपये इन्फ्यूज करना है. वो 100 रुपये कैसे इन्फ्यूज करता है? दैट इज वन ऑपरेशन इज ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशंस. ये डायरेक्ट मार्केट का लिक्विडिटी का बात हो रहा है. इधर डायरेक्टली आके यू विल सेल द गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज एंड control the money supply within the economy. Go ahead. We'll see all this in much more detail. What is CRR, SLR? CRR का basic we already discussed, this Keynesian economics and all this. तो CRR का basic objective क्या है? या ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? मनी सप्लाई कंट्रोल के लिए एक टूल होना चाहिए. Even though this is a very effective tool, हम ये tool use नहीं करता. Which is India's policy tool? That is money control करने के लिए. Repo rate is the policy tool. And repo rate का सभी related है. CRR objective क्या है? Money supply control के लिए गवर्नमेंट के पास एक tool होना चाहिए. That is the main objective of CRR. And what is it? It must be banks must keep this with RBI. इसको interest कितना मिलेगा? No interest will be given to them for keeping this amount with RBI. Under RBI Act, it is mandated there should be some CRR, and no profit is earned. It can go between 0 to 100%. 0% means infinite money supply will be there. 100% means there will not be any money supply. RBI कितना infuse कर रहे उतना money उधर रहेगा. Fortnight basis, fortnight means 14 days basis में calculate होगा. 4.5% is the current rate of CRR. COVID times it came down to कितना? 3.15% कुछ आया था, बहुत नीचे तक गया था, देन अभी फिर वापस आ रहा है. ओके. एसडीआर एसएलआर का क्या फंक्शन है? स्टैट्यूटरी लिक्विडिटी रेशियो. व्हाट इज फंक्शन ऑफ एसएलआर? हियर हम बोला मनी सप्लाई कंट्रोल करना है. हियर इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव बैंक रन. इधर हम देख रहे बैंक का स्टेबिलिटी. एसएलआर ज्यादा एवरी कंट्री में नहीं है. देयर आर कंट्रीज विदाउट एसएलआर आल्सो, बट सीआरआर इज मोर लाइक ए यूनिवर्सल. This is there in every country. SLR is not there with every country. And SLR का objective क्या है? You have to keep 18% है, अभी 18% है, means 18% of your deposits in liquid assets. Liquid asset means cash, gold, government securities, treasury bills, etc. This is mandated under Banking Regulation Act 1949. They will earn profit. If government securities में रख रहे हैं, profit तो मिलेगा. Cannot be more than 18%, not 18%. Cannot be more than 40%. Here CRR can go between 0 to 100%. There is no mandated limit on this. But SLR cannot go more than 40%. There is a limit for this. Is also conducted in fortnight basis. Current rate is 18%. Go ahead. Now we have this all policy tools that is being used right now. Repo rate basics तो हम बता दिया. RBI lend to banks. ये कब फॉर्म आएगा? When banks doesn't have that much of liquidity. Banks need money, they will come with the collateral. They give the collateral to RBI, take the money. That is repo. Short term it is higher than predetermined. Current rate is 6.5%. This is the major policy tool. बाकी सब rate इससे related है. Every other rate will be one way or the other linked to repo rate. Reverse repo में क्या आएगा? When there is excess liquidity with the banks. Excess liquidity है तो क्या करेगा? RBI को पैसा दे देगा, collateral वापस लेके वापस जाएगा. And repurchase agreement means एक डेट रखेगा, उस डेट में आके वापस ले लेगा. So this is like a secured loans. कोई भी इधर उधर लोन दे रहा है, ले सिक्योर्ड लोन, वापस आके ले लेगा ये इतना दिन बाद। बाकी ऑल सिमिलर है, ओनली डिफरेंस इज दिस इज व्हेन बैंक्स डोंट हैव लिक्विडिटी, दिस इज व्हेन बैंक हैव एक्सेस लिक्विडिटी। देन यूसेज एट डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ आरबीआई अभी किया है, मैं अभी एक्सप्लेन किया। Now it will be repo rate minus X% will be something less than repo rate. 3.35% is the current rate of reverse repo rate. Now come to third one, that is MSF. MSF कब काम आता है? SLR का गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज आप यूज करके आरबीआई से पैसा ले रहे हैं। सो एसएलआर प्लेस कर रहे मीन समथिंग मैंडेटेड बाय अनदर लॉ, यू आर यूजिंग इट फॉर अदर पर्पसेस। सो इसको आपको ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट देना पड़ेगा। सो 6.7 रिपो रेट का बहुत ज्यादा है इधर। अगर आप गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज है आप इतना रेट में कम हो जाएगा, बट इधर अगर एसएलआर का कोटा से आप गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज रख रहे हैं, यू हैव टू गिव लिटिल बिट मोर अमाउंट टू दिस। सो करंट रेट इज 6.75%. Now we have new facility, that is standing deposit facility. ये भी कब है? When banks has more liquidity. This is replacement of reverse repo rate. Bank has more liquidity, then what will they do? They give the money into this RBI, but ये collateral लेके नहीं जाएगा. That's the only difference it is having. It is now decided as the floor of new corridor, and 6.25 is the rate currently. So what is our LF corridor now? बताओ, LF कॉरिडोर क्या था? भूल गए इतना जल्दी? MSF माइनस SDF, तो कितना आएगा? MSF कितना है? 6.75% माइनस 6.25% आएगा, 0.5% आएगा। वो तो होगा, कोलैटरल नहीं दे रहे तो पैसा देना पड़ेगा। इसमें डिबेट मत करो, दिस इज समथिंग। कौन आरबीआई? बैंक हैज कोलैटरल, देन no, I'm not understanding your question. SDF कब यूज करेगा? Banks has excess liquidity. Pandemic situation सोचो, bank has so much money, there is nobody to take this money. So if you keep that money, what will happen? They will not gain no interest rate. Then keep this as SDF, no collateral, no कुछ भी दो, SDF पे रखो, then they will get this interest rate at least. तो बैंक को ज्यादा लूज नहीं होगा। Got the basic idea? लिक्विडिटी का पर्सपेक्टिव से सोचो, ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा। SDF and reverse repo comes when banks have a higher liquidity. SDF pandemic में भी importance आया था, तो it's bad, that is a time when bank has higher liquidity. And this reverse repo rate and MSF will come when normal times या banks have lower liquidity. Banks को liquidity absorb करना है RBI से, then ये use करेगा. And MSF is like a penalties thing. Like आपके पास गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी नहीं है फिर भी पैसा चाहिए, so आप इधर से लेके जाओ. There is a limit also, 2% of your net deposit, something like that. That much only you cannot go at this. SLR कोटा से सब लेके आप MSF नहीं ले सकता, 2% limit भी है इसमें. Okay. Now this is all we discussed already. Now what is the trend that we are seeing in this repo rate? During pandemic, what happened? To increase the money supply, repo rate just fall down like anything. After that, you can see this is zone. After that, it has been remaining at a low rate for a long time. Then now it started jumping and now it reaches 6.5% rate. All other trend, everything will be having the following the same trend only. Now we have so much relation with this, with US Fed, what is US doing. All this we are not discussing here. All this international development we will discuss in the external sector. Okay. So what else? Open market operations. इसमें हम just ये क्या है बोला. All this repo, reverse repo, MSF, SDF, all this किधर function आ रहा है? Bank liquidity का बात कर रहे हैं. Now we are speaking about liquidity in the open market or liquidity in the economy. Now economy में आपको changes करना है directly. Then they use this open market operations. Or RBI directly गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज बेचता है एंड इसका रेट क्या होगा, रिपो रेट क्या रेट होगा इसमें, दिस इज थ्रू ऑक्शनिंग e-Kuber. So depending on auction क्या रेट आ रहा है, that will be the rate decided for open market operations. बाकी concept पहले बताया वही है. Go ahead. Now what are government securities? Government securities, we are using it in a number of types. What exactly are they? These are securities issued by government to raise capital. They will give the papers that government will give on this day this much money. This paper is called government security. Government, why this is issuing? For capital, raising the capital from the market. Now government securities mainly three types है, treasury bills, dated securities and bonds. क्या difference है इसमें? Treasury bills means it is issued for less than 1 year. Maturity period is less than 1 year. And this may be three types. It can be of 91 days, 182 days and 364 days. To manage short-term liquidity, obviously, issued at a discounted rate and redeemed at face value. What does that mean? 100 rupees का है तो आज 90 rupees में आप लेके जाओ. After 1 year, you come with the paper, you will get 100 rupees. 100 rupees is called the face value. This is called discounted rate. ये 10 rupees है, that is the discounted price or discount that is provided on this. What else? Who issues this treasury bills? Which government? State government या central government? पहले ये both कर रहा था. After that, state government has been discouraged or banned from using this. Now only central government will issue these treasury bills. But other two, dated securities and bonds can be issued by both of these. States also as well as center. Now what is cash management bills? These are also one kind of treasury bills, but only difference is ये maturity date will be less than 91 days. Very short period maturity आपको पैसा raise करना है. Less than 91 days maturity period will be there. बाकी all same, it will be issued by that government, central government only. Very small period liquidity adjustment के लिए you will CMBs, cash management bills. Yes. Dated government securities. Dated government securities means you have a maturity period between 1 year to 10 years. Mostly ये period का अंतर होता है. ये इसको coupon rate होता है. That means you will take bond for 100 rupees. After that, after maturity you come, you will get 110 rupees. This 10 is called coupon rate. So every year you maybe get 10 rupees. It may be like this also, like every 6 months you will get 5 rupees. That different term it can have. And fixed and floating means it may be fixed rate or it may be floating. After 2 years it may change, after 1 year it may change depending on market condition. It is issued by both government of India as well as state governments also. No, 10 is the coupon rate. हाँ, coupon is that interest you are getting. That is called the coupon rate. That in variable it may change with time. In fixed means it will remains fixed for all. State development bonds means only difference is it is issued by state governments mostly. Now bonds may be treasury inflation protected securities. Tips. What is the difference? हम coupon का बात किया ना. This coupon will be equal to CPI. Then that is called this tips. आपको इन्फ्लेशन प्रोटेक्शन दे रहे हैं, दैट्स ओनली 100 रुपीज दे रहे हैं. इन्फ्लेशन ज्यादा हो रहा है तो आपको ज्यादा पैसा देगा. इन्फ्लेशन नहीं हो रहा है आपको उतना कम देगा. दैट इज द कूपन रेट इज पेग टू CPI. दैट इज कॉल्ड टिप्स. व्हाट एल्स? कैपिटल इंडेक्स बॉन्ड्स. इसमें क्या है? इंटरेस्ट रेट विल बी पेग टू WPI प्लस सम हायर परसेंट. दैट बॉन्ड्स इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल इंडेक्स्ड बॉन्ड्स. मूव हेड. I'm spending too much time. Retail direct scheme क्या है बताओ? अभी सब हम गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज ओपन में RBI के भेजेगा, e-Kuber में खरीदेगा, ऑक्शन करेगा, ये सब बोला. ये सब कौन खरीदेगा? पहले ऐसे था ओनली दिस डीलर्स कैन इंटरमीडियरीज लाइक बैंक्स या अदर फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडियरीज कैन ओनली बाय दिस. अभी क्या हो गया? Now it's shifted to even retailers can also buy this. So retailers can go there and make a gilt account. What is gilt account? GSEC, government securities keep करने के लिए electronic account, that is called gilt account. Example means gilt account means हाँ नहीं ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. This account like demat account. What is demat account? You here you can do this for government securities. RBI, directly with the RBI we have this kind of accounts you make. Then you can also, retailers can also do this in real time. They can also participate in auction. Minimum price is only 10,000. If you want to try this, you can also try this. This is also within limits. So this is all the process. You can go through this if you want. Okay, go ahead. What is bond yield?
Now after 2 days, the bond price is 120. Then 20 rupees will be my bond yield that I have earned.
बेसिकली ये बॉन्ड से कितना पैसा आपको ज़्यादा मिल रहा है वो ये बॉन्ड यील्ड. बॉन्ड से कितना प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है दैट इज बॉन्ड यील्ड. कुछ भी बॉन्ड है, कुछ भी ट्रेजरी बिल है, वॉट एवर डेज, मैच्योरिटी होने की जरूरत नहीं है, कभी भी आपको बेचने में कितना आपको प्रॉफिट मिलेगा, दैट प्रॉफिट वैल्यू इज कॉल्ड एज बॉन्ड यील्ड. एनुअल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न ऑन बॉन्ड एक्सप्रेस्ड इन परसेंटेज ऑफ बॉन्ड होल्डर्स इन्वेस्टेड कैपिटल, दैट इज कॉल्ड. हम 90 रुपीज में डिस्काउंटेड बॉन्ड लिया, एक साल बाद 100 रुपीज आ गया, देन इसका बॉन्ड यील्ड है 10 रुपीज. नाउ बॉन्ड यील्ड एंड बॉन्ड प्राइस का क्या रिलेशन है? This we will need to discuss little bit in detail. What is the relation between bond yield and bond price? 90 रुपीज में डिस्काउंटेड में आप बॉन्ड लिया, आफ्टर 1 year you come with me, you will get 100 rupees. So इधर yield is 10 rupees. All clear इधर तक? Now 19 rupees में मैं बॉन्ड लिया, देन मुझे 3 महीना बाद याद आया I don't want to hold this bond or I need some requirement of money, so I want to sell this bond. So मैं क्या करेगा? I'll go to secondary market, I'll try to sell this bond to someone else. Now if someone else to buy this bond, ये 90 रुपीस में नहीं लेगा, कितना में लेगा? 89 में, 85 में लेगा. So suppose ये 85 में लिया, तो he also after 9 months he will get also 100 rupees by submitting this bond. So his profit is 15 rupees. So bond price को क्या हुआ इधर? इधर bond price 90 था, इधर bond price 85 हो गया. Bond price कम हो गया means bond yield ज़्यादा हो गया. So these two are inversely related to each other. Bond price कितना कम होके जा रहा है उतना bond yield आपको ज़्यादा होके जाएगा. क्लियर? एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर? गो अहेड. ये सब नेक्स्ट पूरा ये इसका रिलेटेड है. इधर कुछ भी डाउट कंफ्यूजन है देन सब फंस जाएगा. देन व्हाट इज यील्ड कर्व? टाइम नहीं, मैच्योरिटी है ये. टाइम बोल सकता है बट आइडियली इट इज मैच्योरिटी ऑफ द बॉन्ड मैच्योरिटीज. इफ शॉर्ट टर्म आई एम कीपिंग द बॉन्ड आई विल गेट लोअर इंटरेस्ट. If you are taking my money for 1 week, I will ask for less number of interest. But if you are taking my 1 lakh for 25 years, then also I need higher rate of return. Then only I will invest for 25 years. Then नहीं तो क्यों करना? So normally yield curve यही होता है. With increasing maturity, you have to give more interest rate or more bond yield देना चाहिए. This is normal yield curve. By increasing maturity, you have to increase the bond yield. Then only people will invest in long term bonds. Clear? Now due to some XYZ reasons, we'll discuss this after later operation twist. Now what we have learned is bond yield है, maturity है. This is the usual structure. Now what happened during pandemic? There is so much excess of liquidity with the banks. Nobody is taking the loans. In GDP fall हो रहा है, क्यों fall हो रहा है? There is no consumption happening. There is no investment happening. So all these functions are being mutilated. So इसलिए GDP fall हो रहा है. So government को क्या करना है? इसके पहले आप एक और चीज समझना है. What is the relation between bond yield and market interest rate? सपोज एक इन्वेस्टर है, मैं पैसे लेके आ रहा है, मुझे एफडी डाला तो मार्केट रेट में X% मिलेगा, सपोज 6% एफडी में मिलेगा. देन बॉन्ड यील्ड कितना होना चाहिए टू अट्रैक्ट सम इन्वेस्टमेंट इनटू इट? If it is 6.2%, I will invest more here. Reverse also, if this is 6.2%, this is 6%, I will have more interest to invest in the banking system. Yeah, take money from the banking system. I'm more ready to involve banking system instead of government securities. Now, during pandemic, what happened? Market interest rate to fall हो गया. And nobody is taking this long-term interest. Nobody is doing capital investment. Company start नहीं खोल रहे, घर home loan नहीं ले रहे. So government need to promote more people into this. Now government need to promote more people into this means इसका interest कम करो. Investor इधर बैठ रहा है, इधर डालो सोच के. So you make this 4% and make this higher 5%. So इधर का वैल्यू बॉन्ड यील्ड का, लॉन्ग टर्म बॉन्ड यील्ड का वैल्यू कम करो, then you will have more investors in the going into investing in the bank sector or long term project sector, then you can kickstart the economy. So with this objective to have a long term, reduce the value of the long term yield, which started Operation Twist started. Now हमको इसको reduce करना है, bond yield को. Bond yield को reduce करना है, bond price को क्या करना है? बढ़ाना है. Bond price को हम कैसे बढ़ाएगा? उसका डिमांड कम करेगा, डिमांड इंक्रीज करेगा या सप्लाई कम करेगा. सो आरबीआई क्या करेगा? आरबीआई विल सिट हियर, आरबीआई विल बाय ऑल दिस लॉन्ग टर्म बॉन्ड्स. लॉन्ग टर्म बॉन्ड्स पूरा खरीदेगा. तो मार्केट में लॉन्ग टर्म बॉन्ड का सप्लाई कम हो गया. सप्लाई कम हो गया मीन्स बॉन्ड का प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गया. बॉन्ड का प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गया मीन्स यील्ड नीचे आ गया. नहीं, इधर से कितना बॉन्ड खरीद रहा है वो शॉर्ट टर्म में भेजेगा आरबीआई. सो शॉर्ट टर्म में भेज रहा मीन्स इधर सप्लाई, बॉन्ड सप्लाई इंक्रीज हो गया. बॉन्ड सप्लाई इंक्रीज हो गया मीन्स बॉन्ड प्राइस विल फॉल. बॉन्ड प्राइस विल फॉल मीन्स बॉन्ड यील्ड, इधर का प्राइस इंक्रीज होने लग गया. So one way what the objective of Operation Twist is trying to flatten this normal yield curve. Even it is ideally up speak किया तो it is trying to achieve a inverted yield curve. That is why twist बोल रहा है. Normal up क्या है? Yield curve को twist करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा है. This XYZ operation is called Operation Twist. You got the overall picture? We have interest rate and bond yield. We are pushing down this long-term bond yield in order to promote more interest in the, take people to invest in long-term projects. Now that we are doing by कितना इधर से ले रहे हैं, then what is the impact of कितना इधर से ले रहे हैं उतना इधर भेजेगा, short term securities भेजेगा, buying long-term bonds and selling the short-term bonds. That is Operation Twist. Now tell me what is the impact of Operation Twist on net liquidity. नेट लिक्विडिटी में क्या इंपैक्ट है ऑफ ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट? नेट लिक्विडिटी में कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं है. क्यों? इधर से कितना खरीद रहे हैं वो सेम अमाउंट 10,000 करोड़ लॉन्ग टर्म खरीदा, ओनली आप मैच्योरिटी पीरियड चेंज कर रहा है. 10,000 करोड़ लॉन्ग टर्म बॉन्ड खरीदा, 10,000 करोड़ शॉर्ट टर्म का टर्म XYZ बेच दिया. समझ रहा है? नेट इट इज लिक्विडिटी, net liquidity neutral. Its impact is Operation Twist का. Now this is all we are talking when RBI is interfering with the system. RBI interfering with the bond price or bond yield, then RBI is trying to create something to kickstart the market. समझ रहा है? Sometime RBI scene में नहीं है, RBI is not even in the scene, and still bond yield become like this. Bond yield curve become like this, inverted bond yield curve आएगा. And what does this indicate? अगर long term health of economy is very bad, this indicates a very good recession is coming or a very bad recession is coming. If it is happening naturally. If it is, we are doing all this with RBI intervention, that means we are doing it to kickstart the economy during bad times, recession or pandemic. Otherwise, if it is happening naturally, then whole idea is it's indication of a very bad recession. Clear? That's all for today.